Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this ESR Magnetic Case for the 11-inch 2024 iPad Pro with the M4 processor. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So if we look here, it says 9-angle stand. This has a raised screen view. That sounds like a really cool feature. So let's get this open. So here we have the instructions for installing the case. This talks about the pencil holder, using the case, and here's the case itself. So it has a sort of faux leather kind of a finish on it. Opened up, we'll take the foam out. More packing material here. So this part will clip on the iPad itself, and then we have the magnetic cover here. So I'll get the iPad installed. This has a sort of textured finish here. We have bumpers on the corner. We have this pattern on the back side, and we have a little ridge for the camera to protect it. So here I have my iPad Pro. I'm going to clean this before I put it in the case. And we can see the bottom where the ports are here. I'm going to slide it down into that. And then I'll clip it over the top. There we go. So that's a nice fit. It looks super nice too. So now we can place that back in the cover, like so. And this has a magnet to hold it shut and a magnet to hold it to the back cover. There's a slot on the back side here for the pencil. So we can stick that in there, like that. So now let's prop it up. So we'll take this, we'll flip it around back, and we'll kick out this leg. And that will fit in one of these slots. I'm going to take the iPad off of here for a second. So we have this ridges this prop can go into, and there's magnets on here. So it magnets to this. You can see it kind of grabbing. So that's going to make it a little bit firmer. If you've ever had an iPad case where it slips, I think this is going to make it a little more stable. So let me put the iPad back on here. So this is all the way up, and then this is all the way down. So let me prop this up a little bit more, right about there. Let's pull this off. So here we have two options. We can see there's a line here and here, and this is for the elevated mode. So we can place that right there. And now you have almost like a raised computer monitor. So if you're using this with a keyboard, you can have the keyboard down here, you have your monitor up here, and it gives you a little bit better viewing angle. Now this could come up just a little bit more to right about there. That's the highest. Now this is all the way down, and that's not super stable. That's not right how this would be intended to be used. But I think that's a really slick feature of this. I think this even has an advantage over a laptop in that it raises the screen up, whereas a laptop would have the screen down near your work surface. So that is cool. So we can also put it in between these lines in the vertical orientation, like that. Now we can place this back in and pull this down, and this can go here for even lower support. And that can go in any of these three slots. So you can use this one to go in all of the slots, and the smaller one if you want your iPad at a shallower angle. So this would be good for typing and such. So I'm going to put this in the elevated mode, like so. When I see it in the raised mode, it makes me think this would work very well when you have this connected to a Mac using it with Sidecar. So let's cut to my desk and see what that looks like. Here I have it set up with the iPad in the ESR case, and I have that height extended so it's a little bit closer to this monitor, and I'm running Sidecar so I can run my mouse in between the screens, like so. Might be hard to see on the camera. Now certainly I could do the same thing with the iPad down here, but having it up here puts it in a better approximation to the monitor. If we look at my display arrangement, you can see the iPad down here in the main screen. Now if this was sitting on the desk, it would not be connected in a similar fashion, but this reflects the way it actually is right now. Pretty good. So I think this is a great case for people using Sidecar with their Mac. So that's the ESR Magnetic iPad case for the iPad Pro 11-inch with the M4 processor. I really like the versatility of this case. If you want something slim, you can take the cover off and just have the iPad itself. and it just has a very thin cover on it. When you want more protection, you can magnet it to the case and have the magnetic cover on it, and you have a nice slim but protected setup here. We have a slot in the back for your Apple Pencil, and this has tons of viewing angles. You can do horizontal, vertical, but really I think the cool mode on this is that extended screen mode. I think that sets this apart from a lot of other iPad cases. I think this is going to make the iPad much more versatile when using this with a keyboard and mouse, because it really makes it more like a little desktop computer. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.